Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I go from no brows, no brows, I have brows, but I'm going to show you how I created these bomb, fleeky, bold eyebrows. If you guys want to see how I achieve these brows, then please keep on watching. I'm going to start by using two products from ABH. The brush I'm using is a very precise, very thin, and it's also angled, which I love. And on the other side, it has a spoolie, which is also great to blend and brush the eyebrows. Okay, so now with the angled side of the brush, I'm just gonna be dipping into the product. I do pick up a little too much, and you guys see that little chunk right there? All you have to do is grab the lid and rub the extra product in there. Just make sure you have a very even amount and it's not chunky, because if you just go ahead and apply that to your brows, it's gonna look too harsh. And before I apply any product to my eyebrows, I am just gonna brush them with the spoolie. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by underlining the underneath my brow. I am doing this with a very light hand. I'm not doing it too heavy, because if I just go in there really heavy and do a thick line, then it's just gonna mess up the whole thing. So you want to have a very light hand. Now with the spoolie, I'm just gonna brush that product that I placed on the bottom of the brow. This kind of blends the product, but it also picks up the extra. It gives it like a more natural look. Even though I am not doing a natural eyebrow, that is what happens whenever you use the spoolie. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did on the bottom. I'm just gonna do it to the top. I don't start in the very front because I don't want my eyebrows to be too harsh. I just kind of start a quarter of the way in, and I am just gonna outline it, and I'm just gonna follow the shape that I already have. So now I'm just connecting the rest of the brow together I'm creating the arch, and I'm just going to connect that to the tail of the brow. Once I connect it to the tail of the brow, I'm going to be extending the tail a little bit further, and I kind of messed up a little bit, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be cleaning that up with concealer later. Now I'm just brushing my brow, and this is just picking up the extra product that I have, and then it's just kind of blending it. Now with no extra product on the brush, I am gonna fill in the inside, and I'm just gonna do hair-like strokes. I'm going in very, very lightly, nothing too harsh. Now I'm just gonna connect the front part together with the rest, just lightly, nothing too harsh, because I don't want to have like a little fade going on. I want the front to look a little more natural, and towards the end I want it to look a little bit bolder. Okay, so now I am just doing the exact same thing to the next brow. I grabbed too much product, and again I just used a lid to take all the extra off. Okay, so like this brow is a little different than the other one, and since I did my right eyebrow first, I'm just gonna make my left eyebrow look like my right eyebrow, if that makes any sense. And I mean I kind of fucked up right here, but I'm just gonna get a makeup wipe, and I'm just gonna like tap it. Since I already have the rest of my makeup done, I don't want to ruin that. I'm just tapping it and taking it off, and now I'm just gonna underline the brow just like I did the first one. So obviously this eyebrow is a little different than the first eyebrow I did, and I am just gonna kind of like soften the arch a little because it is kind of higher. I don't know, my eyebrows are just fucking fucked up, so I gotta work with what I have. Anyways, I'm just gonna run the spoolie like I did, but whenever I do that, on the part that I have no hair, it like picks up the product and like barely leaves any there. So then I'm just kind of like darkening that up, and I am not gonna run the spoolie through there. I'm just gonna leave it kind of like that. That way it kind of blends together with the rest of the eyebrow, and it doesn't look too fake, even though I mean, you know, they're fucking fake, but still. Okay, so I am just literally doing the exact same thing that I did. I'm just showing you guys again with the other eyebrow. That way, you know, you can see that my eyebrows are not the same, and there is some fuck ups, and makeup is not perfect. But anyways, I just outline the top, and then I just blend it with the spoolie. Make sure like it picks up all the extra, that way it doesn't look too fake, and like, you know, you don't look too fake. Basically, that's the point. And I am just doing the same thing over and over again, just outlining it, running the spoolie through it, and just making it blend. Okay, so now towards the front where I kind of left it blank, I'm just doing hair-like strokes and brushing them up with the spoolie. That way it looks a little more natural, even though these eyebrows are kind of bold. They're not natural at all. Anyways, now I'm just gonna connect that part in the front that we left blank. I am just gonna underline it, but I am just gonna underline it softly, not as heavy as I did the end of the brow. That way it just looks natural and it looks very pretty and it doesn't look fake. So just doing the same thing that I just did to the other eyebrow, I'm gonna do it to this one. I'm gonna look up a little bit, that way you guys can see what I'm doing. I am just very lightly going in and connecting the front part of the brow to the rest of the brow, and just going in very lightly. That way it looks a little natural and it doesn't look too harsh, and they look kind of real, even though they're a little bit fake. I mean, they're fake, but they're not fake. But they're just, you don't want them to look harsh. You just want them to look pretty and nothing too, like, you know, ugly, and just, you know, because you guys have seen ugly brows. Y'all know what I mean. And I'm just gonna continue to run the product towards the front of the brow, but it's just very lighter than what I did with the beginning part of the brow. Does that even make sense? I don't know, but anyways, I'm just gonna go in very lightly, and now, like with the brush kind of like pointed up, I'm gonna go back in and do the hair-like strokes, but just a little bit kind of heavier this time. That way it makes them a little bit darker, because obviously it looked too sparse right there, and I don't want that look. I just want them a little bit kind of like in your face, you know, you could see them and they kind of look like hair, but they're not hair, but nobody has to know that. Okay, so I'm just running the spoolie the way the front of the eyebrow hairs grow. That way it looks natural and it doesn't look fake, even though, you know, these eyebrows are kind of fake because they're really bold, but it's still natural at the same time. Okay, now I'm picking up another brush that is very similar to the one I used, but you guys don't have to pick up a different brush. I just do that. You can use the same one. Anyways, I am just gonna go in with powder to set the brows. This powder comes with like 3 different shades. It comes with an ashy color, a neutral color, and a warm color, and since my eyebrows are a little dark, I am just gonna go in with the ashy shade. So now with that shade, I am just gonna run that all over where I basically put all the product, and I'm just gonna go in with a very light hand, not heavy, because I don't want the eyebrows to be too bold. I just want them to be bold but not too bold. Okay, so now with the powder, I'm doing like the exact same thing that I was doing with the DIPBROW pomade. I am just underlining like the bottom, but very light handed, and now I'm just gonna like turn the brush kind of sideways and then brush up. That way it makes the eyebrows look natural but like not natural, like, you know what I mean, natural but not natural. I know I keep saying natural but not natural is because like I think these eyebrows are natural, but they're also bold at the same time. Even though they're not, they still look kind of bold, but you know, they're not natural to me because my natural eyebrow look is totally different from this look. But anyways, I am just running the product the same way that I did with the other one. It's just basically the same thing that I did with the pomade. I'm doing the same thing with the powder. and turning like my brush kind of sideways, like the way my eyebrow is. I'm just flicking it up. That way it looks natural, but not natural. Oh my god, I suck at this. Like, I feel like I said this like a million times. Okay, so now it's time to clean up the brow. I am using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and I am using a flat brush, and I am just applying it directly to the brush, and I am just gonna like go under the brow. Remember, I made that little mistake. This is just gonna clean it up, and it's gonna make it look nice and sharp. Okay, so as I am doing my brow, just notice that it's a little bit too light and it's looking too harsh. I don't like the way that looks, so I'm gonna be using my finger to blend that out. That way it doesn't look like, you know, like an outlined brow. I don't like that look. I just want it to look very natural and just blend it with the rest of my makeup. Same thing with this brow. I am just gonna go underneath it very tightly, and I'm just gonna apply that concealer, and I'm also gonna be blending that with my finger. That way it blends with the rest of my makeup. So now I am actually done. I am just applying highlight underneath my eyebrow because I have the rest of my makeup done, and you know, I want to finish off this look, and I am just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in the shade Dripping in Gold. So that's it, I am done. These are my brows. Obviously, I mean, they're not perfect, they don't match, but this is what I look like with no eyebrows. Just, I look alright. I don't look good, but I look alright. Now, I'm gonna show you how I look like with brows. Like, damn, who is that little breezy right there? I look cute, like, ooh, my life is just so together when I have my eyebrows done. So that's it, guys. This is the completed eyebrow look. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.